today I'm here with Mr. Storm of Steel himself.
Hello.
Mr. Alex from Storm of Steel. And Dean, who is a regular on Storm of Steel.
Professional
and so Dean, tell us, are the stories of Alex's casting couch true of
Absolutely.
what you had to go through to get on there?
We don't like to talk to it. The list will be coming out shortly unless it gets...
Cheers, Dean.
So soon will be Storm of Steel Steam. Anyway, so today we're going to go through your favourite Wargaming Favourite 5, plus a cheeky little bonus item at the end. Just like to say a big thank you to CMA Creative Solutions for supporting the channel. CMA have been supporting the miniatures and modelling industries for over 30 years, and now they're supporting us. So thank you ever so much to CMA. And if you'd be interested in supporting the channel, and if you like what we do, then please click on the link for our Ko-fi link now. We now have a link where you can click and you can send us a tip. So it would be lovely to do that. I find it so encouraging. Thank you ever so much for considering it. And let's get back to the video. Cheers. Goodbye. So, Dean, let's start with you. What have you brought for us for something from your early days of wargaming?
Right.
Dean reveals all.
That it's not from the early days of wargaming. I was very much... I mean, I couldn't bring any of my miniatures from my really early days of wargaming because it was the 70s.
Right.
And I really couldn't afford to have a big wargame army, even with the Airfix 76. So I got more into role-playing.
Right, okay.
The big red book... box set from Dungeons and Dragons, but then my mum started buying me the Fighting Fantasy series, and this is the only one I got left.
Cool.
And then that was kind of the gateway drug into wargaming.
Brilliant.
And that was the gateway drug back to role playing again. But then role playing takes an awful lot of time.
Yes, yeah, it does.
And it takes an awful lot
Big
of
commitment.
Yep.
Yeah, lots of setup in there.
Yeah.
I think everybody had this, didn't they?
Yeah.
Everybody.
I mean,
there are some points in their lives of our age, at least.
Yes.
I know I had quite a few of them.
Yeah. But that was my introduction. Having a book in your hands that you could do a solo war game with very simple rule sets. Fantastic. Kept me quiet for days on end.
Brilliant.
There was a role playing game as well. There was
one called Titan, which is
well.
Actually it's still on general release. Last time I went to a role play, there's a big set of books now.
Oh, really?
There's also a Kickstarter of this, which should arrive at my house any day.
That's what you're waiting for. It's always the way with Kickstarters. It's always a way to wait.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Alex, what do you have for us?
Well, I tried to find some of my earliest figures.
Yeah.
But I sell quite a lot of stuff. So I recently sold off a lot of my Russians that I used to have. But these ones were some Russian Second World War 50mm figures.
Okay.
I think these, I can't remember exactly where I got these from. I think they might be Forged in Battle or maybe Skytrex.
Oh, Skytrex.
Yeah,
that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, definitely. And these were painted originally for Rapid Fire, which is why they're based with 3 figures on them. Dean going, ooh, there, because we played it for about 20 years.
Yes, it was nice to have a rule book where we both read it back to front.
Yes.
Instead of just one
we knew it
person
inside out.
who normally reads the rule book and I just got all
Yeah.
But these were, they had the scenario books.
Yes.
And they had the Russian front scenario book.
Yeah.
So I did the, I think it's Verhopnik, I think it's pronounced, I can't remember. It's the big tank battle as part of the Kursk campaign. So I basically got all the bits and pieces that I needed for it. I got all the tanks and stuff and painted all of those. And they're all, all done together. And that's what these are, and that's what that represents. I've got some earlier stuff, but like I say, I sold all that lot off
a
few years ago. I needed the money.
Yeah.
But yeah, so these are some of the earliest parts of my collection, I think.
Brilliant. Lovely. So, Alex, what do you have for us for your favourite period?
Well, this is the time to make the brum brum sounds of First World War aircraft. This is these. Might surprise people actually who watch Storm of Steel, because I do a lot of Second World War wargaming. That's the biggest output. But one of the things I've always been interested in ever since I was a nipper was First World War aircraft.
Highly obsessed.
Yeah, highly obsessed. I've got several model kits behind you there. Okay. I've got one of the first war games I ever bought was Richthofen's War.
Oh,
the
right.
board
Okay.
game.
Yeah.
And I bought that when I was probably about 11 or 12 or something.
That's quite a hardcore board game for an 11 or 12 year old.
It certainly is, but I learned how to play it it and we played it to death, and I loved it.
Brilliant.
But I also, some of my early war games were also the Paragon First World War aircraft rules as well.
Oh, okay. I don't remember those.
You basically had sticks,
Yeah.
and you moved aircraft up and down them.
Oh, wow.
Really old school.
Yeah.
But more, and then I also got into Wings of War, and Wings of Glory.
Yep.
But I'm currently at the moment in the process of selling off my Wings of Glory and Wings of War collection because I don't really play it anymore.
Right,
No.
sure.
And I got into Algie Pulls It Off, Too Fat Larry's game,
Yeah.
and then Paul over at Sabotaged 3D printed me tons and tons of First World War aircraft.
Oh, right.
And this is what these are. These are 3D printed 1/300th. This is basically the Red Baron's Yasta from 1918. So I painted them all as there's his in the yellow is Lothar, his brother. I can't remember the rest of the pilots, but take my word for it. But yes, I love Algie Pulls It Off, and I just love the First World War and the aircraft. I think it's just such an interesting period of development.
Yeah.
Because you go from in 1904, 1903, when the Wright brothers kind of take off Kitty Hawk, literally in a kite.
Yeah.
You know, to Fokker D7s at the end of the war. Literally in 14 years.
Yes.
The development between the two is so
Phenomenal.
massive. Incredible. And they see it's a really interesting period of history. And we play quite a lot of.
Yeah, I'm glad you played down the highly obsessive part by naming the brother everybody. really made that into a myth.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So with Algie Pulls It Off, what are some of the key sort of mechanics in that?
It's a card-driven system. So you basically, when your card comes up, your character moves or your plane moves, but you also have some extra cards in there, bonus cards. So if you've got an altitude bonus, so if you're higher than everybody else, you get to move extra.
Right.
You also get character cards and aces. They get cards and they get to do extra things in it. So it's about using tactics of the time. So which is like getting up above your enemy.
We've played it quite a bit in the club where people have just walked in. Haven't they? And after they've seen what we're doing, and after a couple of turns, they're I get it.
Right, yeah.
I'm going up, I'm coming down out of the sun, it's blazing away.
It's pretty simple, but there are little nuances in it that if you use the tactics of the time, you will be victorious.
Good stuff. Oh, that sounds good. And Dean, what do you have under your cloth for us?
Righty-ho. This is just representative. These are Garda Assaulter from the Spanish Civil War.
Oh, right. Okay. When you said Garda, I was half expecting you to say the Irish policeman.
Assault guard, so paramilitary police from the Spanish Civil War.
Right.
I inadvertently found myself getting really interested in the pre-war, in between war periods.
Right. Okay.
Mid-war, because I read a lot of George Orwell.
Oh yes.
When I was growing up. So
Homage to Catalonia was fantastic.
So the Spanish Civil War gets you. We keep. This is also kind of a stall project. I've got thousands of Spanish Civil War figures. I've not really found a rule set that quite gets it just yet.
Quite gets the flavour of it.
We've been at it for a while.
I think I've got everything.
Finally, after what?
I think
14 years.
I think I Ain't Being Shot Mum is going to be the next one.
We're going to try that out.
But then,
then
I got interested in the Italo-Ethiopian War. The invasion of Abyssinia by Mussolini. We played a few games. That's almost like our colonial game because I bought Men Who Would Be Kings.
Oh yes.
And then heavily convert because we always everybody converts things.
You've got a house rule, right?
We had fun with that, didn't we?
We did, we enjoyed it. There's a few things that we change in it, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
As with most rules, but
we almost changed all of it. But that's another. That's what I must come back to that one.
Yeah.
Because I've got lots and lots and lots of that. And it's the interwar period. That's my favourite. Don't play as much as I'd like to, but if you watch this space, I'm sure we'll get it back on Storm Scale.
Yeah, I'm sure we will at some point.
Jolly good.
So my favourite tool is actually an attachment. Well, a couple of attachments. I bought a Dremel, a very, very simple Dremel hand tool years and years ago, and it was great.
Yeah.
It worked for almost everything I wanted, pinning and so forth. But then I discovered the Dremel toolkit. The cutting edge, which I use for doing bases all the time. If you normally use a handsaw or buy bases, but if you just need one base, fits straight into the Dremel and cuts.
So that's a saw, is it?
Yeah, that's a saw. Yeah, you can feel it. You feel the edge. The edge is very, very rough, but it cuts very, very cleanly.
Fits on the end.
You just
that is clever.
it's a click lock.
Yeah.
And it's invaluable See what he says, trying to see if he can get it on without actually looking like a...
Yeah.
There we go, no pressure.
Very slick.
Yeah, I hope my old maths metalwork teacher's watching this. There we go.
I hope they're not.
Well, I'm not going to do it. Anyway, it's
So close, so
it's
close.
got a click lock. It's got a nice click lock,
Yeah.
but it's useful just for cutting very, very fast. Obviously, if you cut in MDF, I'll be if I'm doing that in the house, I'll mask it up and then don't tell the girlfriend and vacuum it up afterwards. And also, I got it's purely for Dremel.
Yes.
It's just a chuck key.
Right. Yeah.
You just take the main pot out, which has got the slot in.
Yeah.
That screws in. It will fit practically anything, from quite chunky sizes. You don't really need if you're modelling. You'll find to really, really tiny.
Yeah.
So it's the best thing I ever bought.
Brilliant.
Not the cheapest things I ever bought, but you'd really. I think that was £15.
£15. I mean, you say not the cheapest thing ever bought. I mean, to me, £15 is nothing. But that's just something I'd buy on a Saturday afternoon. But you do. You're a man with short arms and long pockets.
When you're spending more,
Well, they do say something about Yorkshiremen, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're spending more on a
a
chuck key than you did on an engagement ring.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen.
They say romance is dead, right?
Amazing. Cool. Sorry, Dean.
That's all right. It's true. Careful with your money.
And speaking of £15, the thing that I've got cost me £15 as well. I didn't think twice about buying it.
Of course you didn't. No.
It probably took you about 3 months to buy that, didn't it?
Yeah, it probably did.
But my thing is these magnifying glasses.
Ah,
now,
interesting.
I'd seen these. What was happening was when I got the Warlord Epic stuff, I was finding it quite difficult to actually paint them because I was just using my normal glasses.
Yeah.
And I was finding that my close vision was starting to go a little bit, as I'm just over 50 now, and it was kind of like just getting to that point. And somebody suggested buying these magnifying glasses. I'd always kind of put it off, and I always thought, they look ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, look at them when they're on.
Yeah.
They're awful, but.
I think you can pull it off.
My wife is a lucky woman, I'll tell you that. But the thing is, these have absolutely changed the hobby for me, and I can't say how good they are. They are for close-up stuff. I can't get better. You can see details on things that I've not been able to see before. Just the painting is a lot easier. Plus, they also have a light on them as well. So we've got studio lights here, but they are.
I feel like one of those models. Don't
worry, you don't look like one.
well, the thing is, I mean, I'm not making any money off promoting these, but I will tell anybody to buy a pair of these if you are struggling with painting, because they have absolutely transformed my hobby for me. And I was even getting to the point where I wasn't actually enjoying painting.
Right. Yeah.
And painting for me is at least 70%.
Yeah. When my eyes started to go, and I didn't realise my eyes because I'd always been 20/20 up to the age of like 51. And then I was going to work and saying, why is this screen blurred? What's wrong with this computer? And then when I got my glasses and I started painting, I went back to visit my own miniatures. And I went, God, what on earth have I done here?
You're missing cross belts and things.
I mean, I'm not even getting block colours in correctly.
Trying to do it by touch and it just doesn't work, does it? But honestly, these things, and they're like I said, they are literally as cheap as chip. They're as cheap as a Dremel bit. They're 15 quid. You get 4 different lenses for them.
Oh, wow.
They've got a big full strength.
Yeah. So you can, if you're struggling with them, I can't remember what strength these ones are, but they work for me. And they're just a plug-in. And you charge them up off a plug, and the battery lasts for a couple of hours. Brilliant. So it's enough for more than any painting session. Excellent. And honestly, I cannot compliment these enough. The only thing I did was get this extra thing to keep them on the side of my head because I've got glasses.
And how much did that extra thing cost?
That was about £5. Are you all right? But yeah, just because when you're bending over, they do slip forward. So that's the only thing.
You just wear them over your normal glasses
like
as well.
I wear them like that.
Right. Okay.
And then head down, just painting, and they are absolutely amazing.
Brilliant.
So there you go. And I honestly, I'm not getting any kickback or anything off people buying.
Not yet. Wait till this comes out.
I wish.
Well, if you give us the link to that, I'll put it in the description.
Right, I will do.
Brilliant, lovely. So, Alex, we're all poised there. So, So, what do you have for us for your stalled project?
This stalled project is a Star Wars project. This is Star Wars Legion.
They do look beautiful.
Oh, thank you very much. These are the Scout troops. I got a couple of sets of them. I bought these because when Legion came out, I thought brilliant. We've actually got, there's very few actual Star Wars miniatures out there. There are the old West End Games ones, which were official.
Imperial Assault thing.
Imperial Assault. But getting hold of them as individual figures is very difficult. There's a few people that make proxies. There's a few people that make dodgy ones, which I have got in 15mm. But these were like, actual... I'll not tell you who did it. But, you can probably Google them, but look for minions. You can find them. But these, they were official Star Wars things. They were doing the Galactic Rebellion, so it's the original trilogy. Always been a fan of Star Wars, and always fan of the first 3 films in particular.
Oh yes.
So I always wanted the Stormtroopers and the Imperial stuff.
Brilliant.
And so I basically I went mad with Legion when it first came out.
Did he go mad with Legion?
But I was I was making it pay for itself because I was buying boxes in and splitting them off and keeping the bits I wanted.
Right. Okay.
So I was kind of like it was kind of a self. Financing project.
Sure.
So
good to see that Yorkshire economy still coming through.
Short arms, long pockets. Keep saying it. But the thing is, we played it, didn't we, Legion, a few times, and we didn't really like it.
That's a shame. How did it fall down? What was wrong with it?
It was clunky.
Right.
It's. Well, my opinion. You were rolling lots of dice for shooting. Hardly making any effect, and that's fair enough, and that's how it should be on almost a skirmish level. But then you get a rocket launcher out, and off people go.
Right. Okay.
And they're like, why am I rolling all these dice? It ought to be a representative of a unit firing.
Yes.
Rather than each individual. I don't really need the rocket launcher to be a part of Star Wars. You don't really see that.
No.
And also the other thing I didn't like about it was it's very much a game that is dependent on the cards.
Right. Okay.
So it's a tournament based game, which I can't stand anyway.
No.
And you basically you're powering up with these cards, so you're just kind of adding special sauce on special sauce, basically. And it kind of then makes everything bland, doesn't it?
Yes.
And that's kind of what we didn't like about it. I played Chain of Command with it, but we've also played Xenos Rampant as well with the figures.
That works
so
okay.
we just use them for different rules instead, really. But it's something that kind of sits there in a box looking at me over there, and I very rarely get them out.
Okay.
I do have fun when we do get them out, so it's kind of I keep feeling that I should add more stuff to it because I'd rather have bigger spread of figures.
We did talk about me sitting down with Force on Force and see if we can have a small skirmish on Endor, because that would be almost a regular.
That'd be interesting to do.
I'll put my brain on that one.
Yeah, I'm sure it would work. But so it's kind of like it's a project that I got to a point where I just kind of stopped with it and haven't gone back to it. And also it's not really my scale because it's 32mm.
Right.
It's a big 32 as well, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's even bigger than 28mm.
Yeah, that's it. You can get 2 15mm for that.
Exactly. Yeah, half price. It's all about the money.
Right. And Dean, what do you have for us?
Right. Okay. It's the Pirit sign. For those who don't know, Pirit is the town just outside Chernobyl where the Chernobyl nuclear accident happened, and there is a game called Zona Alpha, which is kind of sci-fi, well, a lot of sci-fi actually. You can which is based in Pirit, where the nuclear reactor has created weirdness, and you're going around scavenging stuff.
Right.
Sounds great. What sold it to me is that you can make a big Soviet village with all the period signs and stuff like that. And I've got it, and I love it. It works great, and I played about 3 games. And everybody I know who's got a copy of Zona Alpha has got this sign printed, because it's the one outside of the village.
Right.
And I had somebody 3D printed it for me.
Brilliant.
But yeah, it's miniature agnostic, so you can put whatever you like in it, and it's got weirdness, and it's got some nice gun rules.
When you say weirdness, what sort of weirdness?
It might be zombies knocking around, it might be teleporting gates and stuff or you could just play it very, very, very basically. But it's basically like late 80s Soviet people tooled up. It's based on the computer game Stalker.
Oh, okay.
So you're just going collecting stuff, and it's got a great campaign rule.
Right. Okay.
We never play the campaign.
Because we never played.
It sounds like one that I should try at some point though. That does sound interesting.
It was good fun when we played it. And a couple of times we played it. It was good fun, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's great fun. It's got a nice mechanism in it
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
I think it's based on D10.
Right. Okay.
Some people don't like if they say that, but it mostly is D10.
Yeah.
And it's got a quite nice mechanism. Played about 3 or 4 games. Paul at the club still refers to me as the guy who plays Zone Alpha all the time.
Right.
Played it once.
all the time, all at once.
All the time, yeah.
But yeah, it's. I think it's more of a terrain builders game because
Right.
you can have about 5 or 6 figures,
okay,
but
yeah.
you can make all sorts of stuff. People
But
are
it's the
always
world that you're sort of creating for your figures to run around in.
and I
Brilliant.
thought that appealed to me so much, and then just stalled.
Great. Okay.
Just happens, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So, Dean, something from a recent project you've been working on.
It's a recent stall project,
Oh, okay.
following on from the Zoner Alpha. It's just a terrain piece that tends to catch people's eye. It's my interpretation of Stampy, the T-34 tank.
Right.
For those who don't know, Ian McKellen's film, Richard III, they produced it almost in like a military Russian style, and they shipped over a load of T-34s to London and didn't take them all back.
Yeah.
And said it's not worth it. So they left one in Bermondsey.
We should have got Alex to say that.
Not saying it again.
Which every year gets repainted and graffitied upon. But one year somebody actually painted it pink.
Yeah.
And I thought it's always a nice. The number of games that we've played of Zoner Alpha, put that on the table, always catches somebody's eye. They always ask what it was. So I've said the Stampy story no end of times, but that's quite a recent one.
3 times.
About 3 or 4.
Zoner Alpha 3 times.
Well, Dex will be watching this. Loves pink tanks,
Yes,
so
that's true,
he'll go mental for that.
Yeah, it's a very famous tank, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
a famous London landmark, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just
And what borough of London is that in?
no idea.
Sorry, at this point I should explain that before we were filming this, Alex did look up where it was and he couldn't pronounce Bermondsey, which is why I'm sort
Too
of...
far south.
Anyway,
France,
that's...
We're north of the wall.
So I love the chipping that you've done on here. It's great. It's a great effect.
It was salt chipping.
Right. Okay.
Which I've done for quite a few tanks. I tend to keep away from it now. It's more hairspray chipping, but basically, put it in water, quite heavy. Put table salt on, and then put a base colour on, a rusty base colour on first. Then put salt on it. Spray the water on. Spray your top coat over the top. The salt will naturally flake off and crumble the paint.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a modeller's technique, isn't it?
Yeah.
You use a lot of things like that, don't you? You can use a lot of stuff like that in wargaming.
I tried to not make it so. I normally go a bit over the top when I'm doing rusted cars, but because I do a lot of rusted cars for zombie type games. But I tried to keep it quite light because I wanted the pink to come through. Yeah. And sure, it still works.
Yeah, I think it's looking good. It's looking good, and I like the fact that you've got the 2 shades of pink as well. You've got it's pink camo.
Yeah. People, I mean, it's one of those things where I've put it on the table before. I've used it for different games apart from Zone Alpha and other people. And the first thing that you're playing a game and then it's. What's this? Pull that back down. It's keeping one of my troops in close.
It's a piece of terrain, that, not a tank.
Brilliant. So, Alex, what do you have for us?
Right, mine is a very recent project. This is Vietnam figures for Charlie Don't Surf specifically, but also we played Men of Company B, haven't we, relatively recently?
Yes.
So I've got the Americans, just a squad of Americans, and also a squad of VC as well.
Right.
But I've also got NVA. Dean, for my 50th last year, gave me his stalled collection.
Very stalled. I bought boxes and boxes of helicopters, hogs and Uis, and I painted one.
Oh my gosh!
Do you know what? Just have them.
So in less than a year, I painted all of them.
Just to rub it in.
Why did it take you that long?
Yeah, I know. Well, I was doing epic stuff as well. I was painting Napoleonics, but I've always been interested in the Vietnam War. It's kind of like a bit of a sideline for me, and it's one of the first wargaming experiences I had was playing Vietnam War games.
Right.
I used to play body count. I even went as far as writing a role-playing game based in Vietnam.
Oh, right.
I mean, don't think about it too much because it was like, it was a 13-year-old kid's version of a role-playing game.
As a previous role player, there was a role-playing game set in Vietnam. It was called A-Team, and the other one was called Tour of Duty, I think.
So they were, right?
I had them, and they were terrible.
I had my own. It was based on the Jewish Dread role-playing game, very heavily. But yeah, so it's always kind of been like this interest of mine that's kind of been just on the side of things. And I just thought it's time. Let's just do a Vietnam project. Enclose it, just do enough for a few games of Charlie Don't Surf. So it's basically a company of each, and that's enough. And then you just have a few extra vehicles and things. And I rattled it out over the last year or so. And again, thanks to Dean for providing at least half of the figures.
The thing is, with the Vietnam your Vietnam tables always looks great because I think you edited with the 15mm because you were doing Malaysia, weren't you?
Yeah.
So it's basically interchangeable. And it's got when we get a Vietnam game. I mean, my Vietnam game looked like a couple of palm trees, whereas the table's full and it looks fantastic. Yeah. Even for
you need it, don't you? You need a lot of terrain. You need a lot of jungle. Yeah. And like you say, because I'm a Yorkshireman and I don't like to spend money. I would rather not have to buy terrain twice.
Yeah.
So using it for Malaya, not Malaysia. Malaysia is later. But
sorry.
Malaya, for the Malaya campaign of 1941, means that I can use the jungle from that for Vietnam. Yeah. Because jungle is jungle.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jungle is massive. But then I can also use it as well for later for like 1944. Island hopping and things like that in the Pacific.
Yes, so
very good. I try to make things useful for a long period.
I'm not sure if a lot of people do that because when I wanted to get back into wargaming, I've always wanted to do the very early stages of the Second World War, Operation Compass, because I just wanted to play the Italians. Don't ask me why, but I wanted to play. So I got a desert table, and then you start getting desert terrain, and then you start looking at other desert wars. And you're thinking, the Iran-Iraq war looks great. I've got the stuff.
That's it, exactly, isn't it? You've already got it, so it's like, why mess about and change about?
Absolutely.
Recent project is the Mexican drug war, alternative reality. Lots of desert stuff.
So
it's there, you think,
I've got it, use
it. Yeah, absolutely. So Alex, here we are in our final round, and it's the bonus round where you get to talk about something that you're interested in or anything of your choosing, really.
Right, okay, well this is the project I've been working on for the last 18 months, and this is the Warlord Epic stuff. I was very fortunate that Warlord actually sent me a load of their Epic starter boxes for the purposes of the channel, really. And it was something I was thinking about buying anyway, because I've always been interested in the Napoleonic period. I play Shell Practice, I've got a load of 6mm stuff for Blucher, but I was looking at these, a friend had got some painted, professionally painted. I thought these look fantastic actually. I'd only ever seen the sprues, but once they're painted up they look brilliant. And I just thought, I was going to buy them, but then Warlord got in touch, unfortunately, said, do you want them? It's like, okay.
There seems to be a theme on this, doesn't
it? Didn't cost me a penny.
Very good.
But the thing is, one of these things, the thing with the Epic box sets is because there's so much stuff in them, I know a lot of people have got them, and most people just don't finish them because there's a huge amount of them. But I thought, I'm determined to do this. And it was also at the time that General Dame 2 had just come out.
Right, okay.
And I like Dave Brown's rules. I like O Group a lot. So I figured, well, if I like O Group, I'll probably like General Dame 2. Yeah. So I bought a copy of it anyway, and I thought these will be perfect for that. Yeah. And that's what they're going to be end up doing. So I've got, it's just a representation of them here. I've got the French battalion here. I think this is the 55th line. And what I've done is I've gone through every single one and labelled them as well. So all the battalions are labelled. So this is the 2nd 69th South Lincolnshire Regiment battalion for the British. And I've just gone through and I've gone really mad with research and things on these as well, because I just thought it's part of the hobby as much as anything else. And now I've ended up with something like, I think, nearly 20 battalions of British and about 15 battalions of French, all painted up. I've finished the 2 box sets and I'm working on the Prussians as we're filming this at the moment. So I want those big battle games, and I want to just use them for, like I say, General Dame 2, and thanks to Warlord.
And how long is that? Is that a year's commitment? on and off.
It took just over a year to do the French and the British box sets.
That's
just over a year.
And that's 2 boxes.
Yes, 2
so
boxes.
a year, not full-time commitment. You can be done.
Yes.
You can pretty much do a battalion a week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was doing.
Yeah.
So the Prussians will probably take a lot less. I was also painting those Vietnamese ones as well, the Vietnam figures, at the same time as doing these.
Right.
So I probably could potentially have done these quicker.
Right. Yeah.
But you kind of want to break things up a bit, just because painting loads and loads of blue or loads and loads of red can drive you a bit mad.
Sure. Yeah.
But I mean, I already mentioned them, but this is a thing that these came into their own.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to try these out then.
Yeah, have a look
with
at
the
them.
figures.
They really came into their own. Don't look too hard because you'll probably see where I've missed bits and pieces.
And the smiley faces on them.
But painting the tiny cross belts and things on those figures, it really helps. Just having those magnifying glasses to get in close. And as I say, it's a dual thing there. The magnifying glasses helped with those and just made me enjoy painting them.
Yeah, you've certainly done a lovely job on them.
Cheers, thank you very much.
I must admit, without these, they are just a blur for me.
Yeah, I mean, you can't. They are for everybody. It's 3 foot rule, normally, isn't it? It's like if you can't see it at 3 foot, the only time that you ever see a figure this close is when you're painting it.
Yes,
and nobody ever sees any mistakes you make.
Or it's being photographed for.
Or it's being photographed, But that's about it. And so generally, I don't get too hung up on details, but because of having these, it made these a lot more pleasurable.
Yeah, brilliant. And Dean, what do you have for us?
This is purely so this sees the light of day, because it very rarely does. But this was also part of the Spanish Civil War project, and it's almost 100% scratch build barriers.
Wow, I love the fact you've used an upturned truck there. That's great.
That's Sebesta. Sebesta.
Yeah.
And I think the only things I didn't make was probably the barrels.
Right. Okay.
The rest of it.
The sandbags. I tried making sandbags once. I found it it looks so simple, but I found it so hard to make them.
Self-hardening DAS.
Yeah.
Put a plaster around your finger.
Yeah.
Make a big long pipe and then cut in it, and then make sure as long as the bottom level's in,
right,
and dried and stuck, and you're happy with it, and you put some other glues on. The rest of it is self-adhese. I've had these for years, and the toughest nails. But it's pressing the plaster round. It gives it. I mean, I'm a bit of a bodger now. I'm a bit of a rusher. But pressing the plaster, you got a real rough texture. It gives you that sandbag effect.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they look great. I've done sandbags as well in the past, and they don't look anywhere as.
This was intended to be part of the Siege of Madrid, but here we are again.
Another stall project.
But I was actually quite proud of them because it's.
It's very nice. Just as you tilted over, I saw the wheel there. It's these little details that really make it sort of pop out.
It's not just a pile of
life.
sandbags, is it? It's something in there.
Yeah.
To the barricades.
To the barricades, indeed.
Absolutely.
But just thought, get them to see the light. There is a few more of these, but I've managed to cack-handedly knock them about on the way up here today. So that's what survives. But none of the sandbags have fallen off.
Yes, that's the main thing. Yeah.
But
brilliant.
Just a little bonus item.
Lovely.
Give it a try. Get some DAS out and give it a try.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, gentlemen, thank you ever so much for joining me this afternoon, and thank you for hosting in Storm of Steel Towers here.
Salubrious surroundings.
Yeah, it's been a great day, so thank you ever so much, guys.
No worries, thank you.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, really
Cheers.
has.
Thank you. Good night.